And it was so long to the 1970s and hello to the 1980s. Let's look at some of the events and happenings from the first year of the decade. Victoria is crowned Princess of Sweden. Indira Gandhi is voted back into power in India. 63 people are beheaded in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. President Jimmy Carter announces a US boycott of the Olympic Games to be held in Moscow. Robert Mugabe returns to Rhodesia after 5 years in exile. Later that year, his ZANU-PF party wins the elections and he becomes the first president of Zimbabwe. And just think, after all these years, he's still the president of Zimbabwe. Afghanistan declares martial law. A jury finds John Wayne Gacy, known as the Killer Clown, guilty of murdering 33 people in Chicago. A Polish airliner crash kills all 87 aboard, 22 of whom are US amateur boxers. Mount St. Helens becomes active after 123 years. The volcano erupts a few months later, killing 60 people in Washington state. Writer and philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre, who won the Nobel Prize in 1964, dies in Paris at the age of 74. Sir Seretse Khama, first president of Botswana, dies. Operation Eagle Claw, a US military operation to rescue 52 hostages in Iran, fails. The mission is aborted after numerous problems. As the US forces prepare to leave the staging area in the desert, one of the helicopters crashed into a transport aircraft and 8 US troops were killed. 6 armed terrorists seize the Iranian embassy in London and take 26 hostages. After 6 days of negotiations, an SAS, or Special Air Service team, launches an assault that lasts only 17 minutes. At the end, 5 of the 6 terrorists are dead and 1 is taken prisoner. All but 1 of the hostages are freed. The event is witnessed on live television. Colonel Harlan Sanders, founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken, dies at the age of 90. CNN, or Cable News Network, transmits for the first time. Umkhonto we Sizwe, the armed wing of the ANC, or African National Congress, attack and set fire to Sasol oil installations in South Africa. Battles between the police and demonstrators in Cape Town, South Africa leave 34 dead. Karl Donitz, German admiral and head of the German Navy during World War II, dies at the age of 89. When Adolf Hitler committed suicide in 1945, Donitz became the German leader, and it was he who gave the order for Germany to surrender. Iraqi President Saddam Hussein declares holy war against Iran. Larry Holmes defeats Lorenzo Holmes in the 6th round via TKO to retain the heavyweight boxing title of the world. The 13th Winter Olympic Games opens in Lake Placid, New York. In what was one of the biggest upsets of the Winter Olympics, the United States beats Russia at ice hockey by 4-3. It is referred to as the Miracle on Ice. Defending champion Larry Holmes defeats Muhammad Ali by a knockout in round 11 to retain boxing's WBC World Heavyweight title. This would be Ali's last world title bout. French Formula One driver Patrick Depailler is killed during testing for the 1980 German Grand Prix at Hockenheim. The 1980 Olympic Games takes place in Moscow. 65 countries, including the United States, boycott the Games because of the Soviet war in Afghanistan. Actor and comedian Jimmy Durante, nicknamed the Schnoz, dies at the age of 86. On the popular television soap Dallas, bad guy J.R. Ewing, played by Larry Hagman, is shot. The question on everyone's lips was, who shot J.R.? Acclaimed English film director Alfred Hitchcock dies of renal failure at the age of 80. Actor Steve McQueen dies at the age of only 50. Actress Mae West dies in Hollywood, aged 87. Comedian Richard Pryor suffers serious burns as a result of freebasing cocaine. Actor Peter Sellers, who starred in such movies as Dr. Strangelove, and who also played the bumbling Inspector Jacques Clouseau in the Pink Panther movies, dies at the age of 54. Popular movies from 1980 include The Shining, The Blues Brothers, Raging Bull, Friday the 13th, and The Gods Must Be Crazy. At the 1980 Academy Awards, Kramer vs. Kramer wins the Oscar for Best Picture. Dustin Hoffman gets the Oscar for Best Actor for his role in Kramer vs. Kramer, and Sally Field wins the Oscar for Best Actress for her role in Norma Ray. Paul McCartney is jailed in Tokyo for 10 days on charges of marijuana possession. Pink Floyd's album The Wall hits number 1. Bombay gets its first rock concert in 10 years when the Police tour. And we're talking about the banjo, not the authorities. In Brazil, 175,000 people pay to hear Frank Sinatra sing in Rio de Janeiro. Bon Scott, Australian rock vocalist with the band AC/DC, dies at the age of 33. Former Beatle John Lennon is shot and killed in New York by Mark David Chapman. Lennon was 40. 2 months after the death of drummer John Bonham, Led Zeppelin breaks up. According to the Billboard Top 100, Call Me by Blondie is the top-selling single of 1980. Pink Floyd's Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 is banned in South Africa. And lastly, Gabriela Brum, 18, of West Germany, is crowned the 30th Miss World. She resigns the next day because she wants to marry her 52-year-old boyfriend. Go figure. And that's some of the stuff that happened in 1980. Trust you enjoyed this, and please leave a comment and share this video. Remember to check out our other videos in the series. Now, we need to have a serious chat. Have you subscribed to our channel yet? If not, why not? Listen, do you want us to beg? We're not proud. We'll beg if we have to. Just leave a comment asking us to do beg and we will. And upload it to the next video. See you next time.